What is going on, Balance family? My name is Melissa. I'm 28 years old and I'm from New Jersey. This is my story and why I want to be a Balance Athletica leader. I was a personal trainer and was training for a half marathon, and I ran my first half marathon in October of 2014, and I was the happiest and healthiest that I ever was. So things kind of took a turn for the worse a few months later. So I was over exercising, running 10 plus miles a day, and started to restrict my food. So after a few months, the weight drastically came off, and long story short, I was completely burnt out. So I got down to 78 pounds and barely had a blood pressure, and my electrolytes were completely out of whack, and my loved ones, my family, were concerned. I couldn't see what everybody else saw. I couldn't see how unhealthy I was. So I fought my parents, because I lived with them at the time, and fought the doctors until I couldn't, and I didn't have a choice anymore. So I was admitted into the hospital and diagnosed with anorexia nervosa, and was admitted into the eating disorder unit. And I'll never forget what the doctor said to me. He looked me in the eye and he said, "Melissa, if you don't get this help that you need, you will have a heart attack and you will die." And I know that sounds drastic. I know it sounds morbid, but the thing is, it didn't scare me, and that's the scary part of it. So I spent a little over a month in the hospital and was then able to do the partial program. So I would go there every single day, but I was able to sleep at home, and it was still hard. But spending that month in the hospital, packing up my things, leaving my home, and not being able to see my parents every single day or just for a couple hours during visiting hours, I'd never gone through something like this before, so it really turned my world upside down. And during this time, I was in a relationship. It was a very toxic, emotionally abusive relationship, and I didn't have any control over the relationship, so that's why I began controlling my exercise, controlling my food. So I did the partial program until December, and then December 8th I was officially discharged. So I celebrate that anniversary every single year. So this past December 8th I was 4 years in recovery, and now that is my biggest accomplishment, and I am so proud of myself every single day. Why I want to be a Balance Athletica leader really stems from my story and wanting to help anybody I can, even if it's just one person. I've built this very small platform to write about my story, but I've never been able to voice it and talk to a camera, talk to strangers about what I went through, and if somebody else is struggling like I once did, to let them know that things do get better. And that's why balance means so much to me, because I began following Taylor through her Instagram, through her YouTube, and she had gone through something similar to what I had gone through, and she prayed to God and things will get better. And that's when the light bulb went off, and I was like, this is gonna be okay. It's gonna be hard work every single day, but we're gonna get through it, and I'm a work in progress, right? So like I said, we were discharged in December, and I say we because a few months later I lost a very dear friend. She was my roommate in the hospital, and she lost her life to anorexia. So that was another light bulb that went off, that I don't want to do this to myself. I don't want to do this to my family. I don't want to do this to my body, my heart that's kept me alive for so long. And I thank my body every single day, to this day, for all that it's done for me, and despite all the trauma that I've put it through. With recovery came many great things, one of them being I met the love of my life, which completely took me by surprise, because I never thought that somebody could love me with this past, and I didn't feel like I was enough. I felt unlovable, but I met Steven, and we got married in October. We've been married for 4 months, and the rest is history with that. And he supports me every single day with my personal growth, with work, and with my recovery, and I honestly don't know where I would be without him. Also during recovery, I became a dance teacher about 4 years ago, and it's one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had, and it warms my heart so much because I not only teach the girls dance, but I teach them balance every single day. I promote balance to them, that, you know, and tell them that you're more than a face, you're more than a body, you're more than your physical appearance. And so, like I said, Taylor has just been a huge inspiration to me, as well as all the other balance leaders. They don't know who I am, but I know who they are, and I've watched their stories, I've watched their journeys, and they inspire me every single day, even though they may not know it. And now I don't have to run 10 plus miles a day every day. I can go to the gym whenever I want, skip some days, have a great workout some days, and then go out to dinner with him and have those fries or have that glass of wine that I love so much. And it's just all about balance. I work on myself every single day, and I'm just trying to figure it out. Watching this balance movement provides me the strength every single day to love myself. And my eating disorder, for so long, it promised me everything and it gave me nothing, and told me that I wasn't enough. And I will never forget how I once felt and how I never want to feel that way again. So that is my story, and if I could just help one person struggling with this, it would mean the world to me. So again, thank you Taylor, Chloe, and Steve. Thank you Balance Athletica for allowing me to share my story, and I can't wait to see where Balance goes, and I can't wait to see where I go. So thank you again so much. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.